Welcome everyone to our very first episode of Essential Marketing, where our mission is to equip people interested in marketing with practical tips and tricks that will deliver world-class digital marketing solutions. My name is David White.
My name is Amy Atherton. Today we are going to be kicking off a three-part series addressing a huge problem that we've seen Google crack down on more and more over the past weeks and months: Web Vitals. Why does this matter? Well, because if your website has started to lose traffic recently, chances are that it could be because of these recent changes. And we don't want you to make the same mistake we were making.
So let's unpack this. Google has introduced this report in May of 2020. It's called the Core Web Vitals report, which you can see right here. And there are three different metrics that Google is measuring that have a significant impact from some of our customers over the last couple of weeks in particular. So the metrics that we're going to be looking at is largest contentful paint, the first input delay, and cumulative layout shift. So today we're going to be unpacking the largest contentful paint, and we're going to start with Search Console because that's where you can actually see some of those measurements for largest contentful paint. The only bad thing is that if you see it inside of Search Console, it's already too late because Google is only going to show errors that show up, but we're going to show you of how you can get in front of all that, how you can test it so that you're not going to find any errors inside of Search Console. So inside of Search Console, which you can see here, there is on the left-hand side, there's a section called Core Web Vitals. That's the report that you're going to be looking at. If you've already noticed that, man, there's traffic that has been decreasing, you're losing rankings on Google, definitely have a look here at the Core Web Vitals report. And I can show you, in this particular case, this account has no issues, but I'll show you a screenshot. So here you could see that mobile and desktop, there are some errors. And so then if you unpack that a little bit more, you can see that sure enough, this particular account had an LCP issue. So largest contentful paint, where it takes more than 4 seconds for then the page to be loaded in a way that the consumers can be able to make sense out of it. So largest contentful paint doesn't necessarily mean that the whole page has to be loaded, but it has to be the bulk of all of the images and the content has to be there. And 4 seconds is just too long, right? And so then if you dig down even further, Google will give you information inside of Search Console of what are those URLs that have the issue. So this is where you would find the issue, but now we're going to take a look at how can we avoid this altogether. So one of the tools that we love to use is webpagetest.org. It's an awesome tool, and we try to use it every single time that we're making a change to a website, especially if it's code related. Sometimes you can, if you're just making an update to the content, you don't necessarily have to do it, although it can't hurt and it's for free. I do believe they have a paid plan, but usually we've been just using the free plan and it works just fine for us. And so here you can see the LCP value, right? And in this case, for this customer, the reason why they're not showing up inside of Search Console is their LCP score, so the largest contentful paint, is 1.36 seconds. So our encouragement to you is make sure that you test often using a tool such as webpagetest.org so that you can catch all of this before you have any impact on your search results on Google.
So don't be like us and find out your website is having an issue with largest contentful paint. We recommend analyzing page load time every time you make a change to your website to ensure that you or your team have not inadvertently caused the website to load slower. If this was helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our brand new channel. Woohoo!
All right!
And stay tuned for episode 2 and part 2 on Web Vitals, where we will cover Google's second most important metric called first input delay.